Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Brand Marks the Spot. I am your brand buddy, Patrick Sesko. And in this episode, we are going to talk about the 10 things to do right now to improve your brand presence. And we'll get into the details here in a moment. But before we start, I want to say that this episode is brought to you by my free roadmap to creating a killer visual brand. And this is for overwhelmed entrepreneurs who know they need a brand, but they just don't know what to do or where to start. So you can grab that at patricksesko.com/brand roadmap. And this basically highlights and goes over the exact process I use with my one-on-one clients to build killer visual brands. And in today's episode, like I said, we are going to be talking about the 10 things that you can do right now to improve your brand presence. So why do we want to do that? Your brand presence is basically what people are going to experience from you in your online presence, if you will. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that everything that you have or that you put out there is going to be representative of you, and it's going to be consistent throughout all touch points that your audience is going to experience. So that way there's this continuation, sort of this sort of continuum, if you will, of what they're going to come to expect from you. So without further ado, let's start with the top 10 things that you can do right now to improve your brand presence. So number one, make sure your visual branding is consistent everywhere. So why, when I say visual branding, I'm talking about your design, your look and feel, your colors, your fonts, your page layout, all of that visual stuff that you're putting out there. When that stuff is consistent. Remember, I always say that your audience has to see your stuff between 5 and 7 times at a minimum before they begin to remember your brand and before they start to associate your look and feel with you as a personal brand or your business as a business brand. So when all of those things are consistent, you are building this trust over time that, hey, this is going to be the same each time that I see your stuff. And it's going to just show this consistency, right? So that's number one. Number two, make sure your messaging is consistent. So what is messaging? So your messaging is basically what you say that makes the case for your offers, that what you offer to your audience. It's everything that you say. It's your point of view on the products and services that you offer and how it helps your audience. All of those things are your messaging. And when you have that consistent, and again, like your visual branding, when you're consistent with your messaging over time, people are going to come to expect that from you. And that becomes sort of your rally cry, if you will, right? So that's your messaging. So make sure that your messaging is consistent. And, you're going to have messaging for your overarching business, which is kind of what you help your audience with. That's your sort of messaging. But then you're also probably going to have specific messaging centered around a specific product or service. So if you're having an online course, and that course might be for new online entrepreneurs, or depending on what industry you're in, so the messaging for that's going to be different versus messaging for something that's going to be a higher end touch point for your audience who might be more experienced. So tailor your messaging to your products, but always be consistent in what you say and how you say it. All right, number 3, show the F up. So what do I mean by show the F up? Well, when you are putting yourself out there, this is not just something you dabble in once in a while. This is something that you have to be doing consistently. So in my case, I'm doing this show once a week, come hell or high water. There have been a couple of times I've had to move it to a different day, but when you show up, you are showing that you're consistent and you are training your audience that you're going to be there for them. And again, you have to show up. You can't just kind of dabble. You're not, whenever you post something on social media, it's afterlife, or I forget what the word is, but it's the lifetime of that post, whether it's a video, whether it's a graphic, is very short because it shows up in people's feeds and it disappears. So when I say show up regularly and often, and don't worry about whether or not you're posting too much, because most times people are not even going to see your stuff that one time that you post it. So the more you post, whether it's a live video or graphics or what have you, excuse me, that's what you need to do. You need to show up consistently. All right. So number 4, align your free content with your offers. So what does that mean? So in this case, my free content here is my show, and I talk about branding, life as a solopreneur. I talk about design and all of those things, and how they can help you leverage the power of branding to help you grow your business and impact more people. So my content is aligned with that. So I teach branding and design to beginning entrepreneurs to help them get their message out there and become, have a visual brand to build more trust and credibility with their audience. And my content is going to be sort of aligned with that, because I want to be able to help you get to the next level. And eventually, when I offer products and services, whether it's a course, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's group coaching, it'll align with those things. All right, number 5. Partner with peers and shared audience. Partner with peers who have a shared audience with you. So what do I mean by this? Excuse me. So when you're starting out online and you don't have a big audience, it's always good to partner up. And when I say partner, I don't mean a business partner, but do something jointly, whether it's you interview some people who are in similar, they have a similar audience as you, but offer complementary services. So you're not competing with each other. And what you're doing is, not only are you helping your audience be exposed to someone who might help them with something that you don't offer, and then you can sort of create this this goodwill, if you will, and then you're bringing people into your world that are peers. And this, when you're doing online business, it can be very lonely. So not only is it good to have that for building relationships with other peers, so that way you can refer other people to their offers and services. You could potentially legitimately partner up with a course where you do a joint workshop or do a video interview with them. So those are the things that help you establish a better brand presence when you are partnering with peers who have similar audiences with complementary services. So another way that you can build your brand presence: survey your audience. So if you survey your audience, you're going to get a really good understanding of what it is they want. So if you're just kind of guessing, sometimes guessing is good with content, but it's better if you do have an audience, email them a survey, say, hey, what types of content are you interested in learning about? Or what do you want to see from me? Or you can give them a list of, 3 to 5 things, and say, which one would you be more likely to want to hear about and learn about? And when you do that, you're getting direct feedback from your audience, and it's going to help you hone in your content. That's going to be, it's going to be effective in building your audience and your know, like, and trust, and it's going to lead people to your products and services. All right, next up, number 7. Know and understand your audience. Now, this is kind of a little bit similar to the last one. It's related. Excuse me. It's related, and when you have an idea, and this kind of goes back to the ideal customer profile. So when you're starting your business, you want to know what the pain points of your audience are. You want to know what their struggles are. What are they going through? Where are they in their journey as it relates to what it is that you offer? Are they just beginning? Do you need to teach them things? Are they aware of the problem? Are they not aware of the problem? Are they aware of the solution? And are they aware of you and how you provide the solution? So depending on where your audience is in that matrix, the more you know of where they are, the better you can tailor your content to each section of audience, if you will. All right, number 8. And if for any of you who are Star Trek fans, Next Generation, as Jean-Luc Picard would say, engage. And what I mean by that, engage is you want to connect with your audience, right? So this is not a one-way conversation. Ideally, you have people that you're connecting with. If somebody comments on your post or your video, reply to their comment, like their comment. If someone asks a question, answer the question. If someone's on live, and in fact, if someone is on live right now, just, tell me who you are, where you're from. And if you have any questions, leave a comment and I will respond. If somebody is liking your stuff or following you, check out their stuff. Share a peer's offer. Share other people's content. If obviously it's got to be something that you truly believe in and use and follow. Share other people's content. Maybe give your perspective on somebody else's content. But this engagement is important because it shows that you're a real person. It shows that you care. And it builds that sort of goodwill and brand trust and authority. So number 9, make offers. So what do I mean by make offers? So this one I actually struggled with for a long time. And I always felt like I was, salesy or spammy, all those things. And I never wanted to make the offer because I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to bother people because, I don't want to be salesy. And it's really, and I have come to subscribe to the thought that selling is of service to your audience, right? Like, obviously you don't want to be spammy and you don't want to say, oh, but wait, there's more and all that kind of stuff. You want to be genuine about selling your products and services. And, obviously you have to believe in what your products and services can do for your audience. But selling is of service to your audience. So make sure you offer that, you make your offers, whether it's workshops, whether it's online courses, whether it's one-on-ones, whether it's packages. You want to make sure that your services are being offered to your audience because firstfold, you're a business, so you're in business to make money. So you obviously need to make offers in order to make sales and grow your business. But also, secondly, you want to contribute to your audience and help them through to the next level of whatever it is that you offer. So make offers, make sales. And let's see who we got on. Hey, Mona, how are you doing? Say hi. Where are you from? I know where you're from, but tell everybody else in the comments where you're from. Pretty interesting. So let's go to the last one, number 10, and that is TOMA. So if you got the email that I sent out, I kind of teased as to what this means. And what this stands for is top of mind awareness. And when I say TOMA, so all of these 10 things really all come down to the TOMA factor, which is the top. You want to stay top of mind awareness with your audience. And in order to do that, you have to consistently and frequently put yourself out there, put out content, send your emails regularly, make your offers regularly, because how many times have you seen or you need a service, you get you're say in your Facebook feed and you see this ad for a workshop 1,000 times, you don't need it, but then maybe 2 months later you're just like, I can probably use that right now. And so that first thing that's going to come to my mind is that person that was most prevalent in my feed, assuming that the content is good and assuming that the product is good. That's sort of that top of mind awareness. And it's sort of like planting the seed for future use. So oftentimes you're going to put yourself out there. You're not going to get a lot of traction initially at first. And it's going to feel like you're just talking to nobody. But the reality is that there are people who are seeing your stuff, they're reading your stuff, whether you know it or not. And, eventually if they become in a situation to where they're going to need your products and services, they're going to remember you as long as you are continually showing up in their feeds, in their email boxes, on social media, in videos like this. So that top of mind awareness is super important. All right. And that is the top 10 things that you can do right now to grow your brand presence and improve it, and hopefully get more consistency, build more trust, more authority in your business. And when it's time to make those offers, you'll hopefully have an audience that's more primed to buy from you, assuming that you are providing that goodwill and staying top of mind. So that's it. That's what I got for you guys today. You guys have a great Tuesday. I will see you next week. And I think in 2 weeks, I am having my good friend Bobby Klink in for our interview. He'll be my first live guest on the show. And he is a Harvard law grad turned online entrepreneur, and he's like an email whiz. He's a legal guy, so he knows a lot about all this stuff. He's one of the most prolific guys I know online. So I'm going to be interviewing him in a couple of weeks, I believe. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you next week. You guys have a great week. Take care.